your comments as we get to have an interesting conversation. We are just a couple of days away from the general elections, and they'll be taking place on the 13th of August. And already so much commotion is coming up, rather lots of conversations, if I should say, are coming up around these elections, such as a new schedule that excludes our very own president, but yet also other political parties are, whether we're brought together to discuss and actually decide who's campaigning when and where and at what time. What is your take on it? You too can send your message. You too can call me up. That's once again on 0955 997 997 or on 0979 192 485. And my guest in studio this morning is no stranger to our studio. That is Mr. Enock Tonga, who is the president of the Third Liberation Movement. He's positioned as an alternative voice in Zambia's increasingly fragmented political landscape. He advocates for a fundamental shift in the country's governance and economic trajectory. As the leader of the party, he's seeking to disrupt the traditional two-party dominance and has been a very vocal critic of current administrative policies and institutional challenges that are facing the 2026 electoral process. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning to everybody. Thank you for the opportunity. How are you?
I am fantastic. And so now, just to get into our conversation this morning, how would you describe our current political climate?
To be honest with you, the current term called current does not even fit in, okay? Because the political environment has never changed. When I say never, we're talking about since we got our independence, 1964. The environment politically has remained the same, pathetic, very oppressive, manipulative, that which glorifies an individual, very misleading, uncaring, impoverishing others. So the political environment not even current, because what we have now is a team of people who have not only borrowed but embraced what we've suffered, or a system that has been there since 1964. So it remains the same. Kaunda practiced the same politics down to Chiluba, and where we are now under one haka in the SHDMA. So as I've mentioned earlier on, it's oppressive, that which only glorifies an individual. In this case, I'm talking about that one who sits in the seat of the presidency. A political environment that favors a few crooks in their own interests, and they continue suffering the masses. So that's where we are as a nation.
Those are very strong terms that you've used. Are there any examples that will back those up?
It's very basic. Just walk out of this particular building and check around and see the economic status of your people. Look at the political status of your people. Many other areas, you understand what I'm talking about, because since 1964 to this very end, the Republic of Zambia has been managed by politicians. Okay, so you say the political environment. If indeed this political environment was embracing building other people's lives, we should have seen a Zambia which is flourishing with what to do individuals. But be honest with you, you are 20 million plus people in this nation, and I'm sure you'll find that if not 0.01% of our population are the few individuals that are enjoying the wealth of this particular nation. So look, when I speak as Enock Tonga, I don't speak to be heard. I speak from my heart, okay? God stopped long time ago creating earth, and when God created this earth and put us in this nation called the Republic of Zambia, and put in or seek to see people to lead others, he did not say that we should be suffering others. So the truth of the matter is that the majority of this nation suffer in comparison to those others who are enjoying this wealthy. That explains everything. Not only that, you just talking about, I think yesterday we heard of a political program or timetable. Purely, when you look at that, it puts an individual above everybody. You're told, no, we have a constitution that does not exclude, or that indicates that nobody is above the law. Okay, you sit down with Hakainde Hichilema as the elections management body called the ECZ. They will give you a program or a timetable which does not include their boss, their appointing authority, what are doing. So you are saying we are running a political system that only favors an individual. In this case, we're talking about Hakainde Hichilema and excluding others. This is a democratic environment where we have given ourselves laws which must not be seen to protect somebody, so we have an election year, period. It must be seen to be fair and well balanced. Sadly, here is Hakainde Hichilema, of course, running his Electoral Commission of Zambia, and the ECZ will communicate to you that it is us, ECZ. It is not ECZ. ECZ is basically a body of individuals which has been put in place by one man called Hakainde Hichilema, and that is why they will tell you, no, that one must be given priority in terms of programming. So he cannot be monitored, he can't be controlled when all of them or all of us are players in this particular battle. So it is as simple as all that. I'm sure you understand what I'm talking about. So we have an environment that favors a few or an individual at the expense of others. But I must quickly warn or sound a warning before the people of the Republic of Zambia that, look, this system has been there over time. As I've mentioned earlier on, that we've seen Kaunda, Chiluba, down to where we are. Everybody embracing the same system, which is very rotten, against the people. This cannot continue forever because, yes, you are able to fool a few, but not all of us can be fooled. What I mean here is that when God gives you the role or responsibility to serve others, do the correct thing so that everybody feels belong to the same system or feels belong to the same nation called the Republic of Zambia, so that we can move as a country and everybody benefits. Okay, it is very basic that we are seeing. I continue talking about this thing because I think we all created on this earth to enjoy life anyway. So if God gave us umushili, let people live a better life, and all of them, not few individuals. I think I've indicated that I've been to the US twice. I've seen life. Not that there are no problems that far end, but look, Americans, as leaders, even elsewhere in Europe, leaders are working for their own people. In Africa, Zambia in particular, we're not doing that. So simple and very straightforward. In fact, criminals are hiding behind this veil called politics, manipulating others, destroying others. Look, we're here. For example, Hakainde Hichilema is seeking public office again for another 5 years.
Which is within his right?
Come again?
Which is within his right to seek a second term.
Yes, it is. But certain situations go beyond so-called rights. What I mean by that is that Shekaina, you are a lady, a beautiful girl. Imagine you got married, or you are married, okay, and then 5 years elapses. Your parents would come and say, but we wanted to see if at all we are going to see a child or a fruit in that particular house, And then the man says, no, give me another 5 years. The parents say, no, I think, look, we gave you enough time. So our child probably, I'm talking about a scenario where we expect results. So now, here's Hakainde Hichilema. To me, to us, is what we're seeing now is somebody forcing himself onto the people. In what sense? Hichilema was given 5 years to deliver services to the people of Zambia. Truth be told, Hakainde Hichilema has not delivered anything. Hakainde Hichilema has delivered oppression. Hakainde Hichilema has, delivered divisions. Hakainde Hichilema has delivered tribalism. Hakainde Hichilema has delivered corruption. Hakainde Hichilema has delivered suffering. he comes back to tell you that, please, may you give him another chance. And then you have a society, because they've bought laws using a few coins or monies they put together to, hoodwink those who can easily be hoodwinked as our people, because in serious poverty levels. The illiterate people, what I mean by that in terms of education levels, are very low. So now, here we are, where anybody can come up and say, no, may I be given another chance to run again for 5 years, when in fact you failed. So if you had a nation which has been developed, people are well off in terms of their economic status, education, they'll make proper decisions. But because you've kept people in poverty, you've kept people as your political tool, so you can use them tomorrow. Go to Mrs. compound in Lusaka here, go to Kanyama compound in Lusaka here, or anywhere else in the villages. Poverty levels are high. And it is not because those people want to be in poverty, no. It is because the politicians such as Hakainde Hichilema and the previous ones that we had have embraced a system which does not favor or work to develop others. So they continue pressing them in those abject poverty levels. So to continue using them for the great good of their own benefit. What am I saying? You have a system that does not favor anybody, and people are being used.
But then, wouldn't you say, such as, for example, the Constituency Development Fund, hasn't that helped people, seeing it was increased to 40 million? We also did get to have infrastructure and energy as well that did come in with the rural electrification that took place, the free education that has now been expanded further, the anti-corruption efforts that have stepped in, and they did say that they did inherit quite a relatively, I would say the best, the country did not come to them in the best state, and they did the best with what they had, and therefore they want to build up and actually do better. So therefore, shouldn't that be at least a reason to give them a chance again?
Okay, capitalists, no. That should not give them a basis as to why they must be seeking for the second term. Let me go on this particular path. Even beyond August 13, 2026, God willing, because we're changing government, of course. It happens that the government changes. The first step that that leader who sits in the public office needs to do is to overhaul the political system, which we have embraced over 60 years now. You need to overhaul the political system because it is not favoring anybody. So Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, even the previous leaders who've been there before, look, what they did was, I'll repeat this, they fitted in a system which does not favor anybody or does not develop people. So now, you go and purchase or buy an old engine and fit it in a beautiful car, you don't deliver services. So Hichilema embraced the system, and we're here. The results are there. Talk about corruption. It's just lip service. In what sense? Enock Tonga, I'm on record that we've got an unbearable on corruption in Parliament, which has been there since 2019. And this is 2026, and nobody has touched it. You're talking about the Anti-Corruption Commission. That institution works under the instructions of Hakainde Hichilema, because the office of the DPP is directly linked to Hichilema's office. The director, the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution, that man is not, or that woman is not independent, or that office is not independent. So now you're talking about the Anti-Corruption Commission, which is put in place, okay, by the sitting president. You can't fight corruption. It's not possible, okay? You're talking about the CDF. Yes, they have increased from whatever to whichever level want to give
1.6 to 40 million.
Yes, but what results are there? As I've mentioned earlier on, you have a system that only favors a few individuals. Even the same CDF, go around and check. I know people have made efforts to say, no, there are changes, there's nothing. There is nothing that is happening from the same CDF. Of course, who you know, those are the people that are getting whatever they're supposed to access. So CDF is not favoring anybody. Okay? What else did you talk about? Free education.
We've got debt management as well.
Come again?
With debt management, where we had the restructuring.
The debt management has just been shifted. It has been moved from today to tomorrow. So you and I can come and say, we have to pay it. That's what he has done. Simple as all that. You're talking about free education. These are matters that we have talked about before. free education with the poor quality results, you can't call that free education. We said it as a team, that if we form government, in an event form government, the education must be accessed based on one's ability to go to school. You access education based on one's ability to go to school. What I mean by that is that you cannot give free education to everybody. Okay? What it is here is that the PS's child, the minister of his child, Mr. Tonga, as a leader or president's child, cannot be given a free education.
Why not?
No, because they are able to do that. There are people who genuinely and truthfully need education. So you bring in corruption, and those are the people who are benefiting in terms of accessing those free services. So you identify genuine, desperate people in the society who would want free education. They're the ones who give education. You can't just say free education to everybody. Why? Because some are able to manage. Okay, so give free education to children who cannot access that education. They have no money to pay for their schools. You give them free education. But if you open to nobody, to everybody, then you're creating a problem. Go to some schools there. Somebody who's up there will be able to give certain instructions, and then, people who don't even deserve to access, these amenities or services for free are able to access those services. So all I'm saying is that the arrangement of education must be given to those who really need it without support. I know where I'm coming from. I'm able to speak this beautiful English and seeking public office because I had pushed my way to access education. But I had no parents. Okay, nobody was there for me to pay for my fees. But I didn't sit back and say, because mom and dad are gone, I had to stand my ground and push for my education. However, if you see it necessary that we should pay for other people, let's identify those who really want to access education. You give them. And open to everybody. Then you're messing it up. Go in classes. People are 100 plus. How do you learn like that? Teachers cannot concentrate. So overall, it is a messy that you are being told the free education. Of course, people talk about issues of costs, which Akainde Chidema has the extensive reason. Of course, go and check how much a book is. Go and check how much a snack is for a child. Transport, name it. All that put together, you are basically fooling the people of this particular nation. So all I'm saying here is that we have borrowed, we have embraced, we've run through a system which we were given in 1964 by Kaunda to where we are today. If we don't overhaul that, we have a problem. And these problems continue to serve the people of this nation.
And quite recently, you've been throwing your weight that is behind Brian Mundwele and Makebi Zulu. Why is that so? Do you think they will bring the change that you're asking for? They'll overhaul the system?
We have not only thrown the weight behind President Mundwele and his running mate Makebi Zulu. What we have done is a fitting in or an agreement of some sort. It's called an alliance. When you form an alliance, you are a team of individuals or institutions that do believe that you can work together for the betterment of others. Okay? And my clear view or point that should be noted here is that let's not look at Mundwele as Mundwele and Makebi Zulu. No. Let's look at the collective team that has been put in place, within which Mr. Tonga is a player too. Okay, so if you've got 11 players on the pitch trying to score this ball and they win the World Cup, then Mr. Tonga is one of the players in that particular team. So someone who defend, somebody who score, and be rest assured that I'm in this team to ensure that Zambia is liberated. Therefore, Mundwele and Makebi to score, not because it is themselves, no, but because they have put up a team worthy that much to score the ball and win the battle for the people of Zambia. Therefore, as Enock Tonga and the Third Liberation Movement must be very clear that he will guide, will advise, will observe to ensure that the best is done for the people of Zambia. As I've mentioned, that if there's need for overhauling the entire political system, Mr. Tonga will be there to advise and tell President Mundubire and his running mate then will be Vice President that can we do the right thing for the people of Zambia. And I must be very particular with you that in fact in your correct introduction that Mr. Tonga I stand on the truth. Even I remember so well that the time we were being received by President Mundubire, he did indicate himself that ERT, who is myself, sits no back when it comes to injustices. We always speak about it. So nothing changes. We form government on 13th of August as a team, as Tonse Alliance will do what is correct. When I say we will, I'll be part of that particular team, and be rest assured that if not right things done for the people of Zambia, I'll be the first person to say no, I can't push on with these people. So they're coming together, the alliance, the team that we put together, in which Mr. Tonga and the third liberation movement is basically in the best interest of people of Zambia, and to ensure that the one kind of system and the UPND administration does not go beyond August 13, because if we sit back, what are we doing? We shall be answerable tomorrow. So in short, the teaming up is very good for the people of Zambia, because we are to do what is correct. We means Mr. Tonga is in that particular team, and be rest assured I can say it here that when we get there tomorrow and anything outside what we think is correct for this nation is going to be done, then we shall not be part of that particular team. It's as simple as that. So pushing the journey through, because look, the other thing you need to look at the characters, okay? A character behind a human being is very, very important. Lately, if you've noticed, you'll hear people more asking, tell us about your manifesto, okay? When you issue a statement or when you say something about the character of a person, people tell you, no, can we have your manifesto? They are hiding to push you to talk about a manifesto, what you're going to do for the people, but forgetting the person behind that particular manifesto, okay? I'll explain what I mean by that. I told you that we have a political system that does not favor anybody. We have the law in the Republic of Zambia, laws we've given ourselves. But over and again, you realize that we have not respected them, as a people. For example, we have this period of election. You're being told Hichilema cannot be part of this particular timetable. That in itself is against the law. Only these can be put on this particular timetable. That itself is against the law. So what I mean here is that many times African leaders, Zambia in particular, we've not respected what we have given ourselves as laws. So now, even if you told me or Mundubire said, this is our manifesto, if Mundubire's character is wrong, he will cheat you through his way, and once he gets there, he will do whatever he wants to do. And that's what happens. That is why Hakainde SHM, I was telling you that I'll give you a bag of minimum at 50 kwacha. What does he do when he gets in? He is a totally different character altogether. So we are saying, it's very important, people of Zambia, this is a chance God has given you. We must look at the characteristics of these individuals who are seeking public office. Very important. Hakainde SHM has been in public office for the past 5 years. Even before then, to this very end, each one of you, at least you can testify, who are we dealing with? In as far as we are concerned, we are dealing with a liar, pathological liar. One Hakainde SHM is a pathological and shameless liar. And once you follow him, basically you are killing yourself. Mundubire, I've known him for quite some time, way back. We've worked together. And as far as I'm concerned, to this very end, I want to be that this gentleman is carrying a very good character. And we can feature him in there as a president for this nation. I'm not singing songs for him, but be rest assured that at the moment when this man will divert from doing what is correct, whilst I'm there, be rest assured I'll be the first leader to give or seek excuse or move out of that particular journey. So I'm emphasizing to those who are to cast their votes come August 13, 2026, please, we have another chance. A chance to save the Republic of Zambia. Let's not just follow because this man is our tribesman or probably you are eating yourself. No, it's not good for this particular nation. We have seen it all, and I'm not getting stories here. It's in their basic domain. Everybody has seen. Hakainde Hichilema has said A, he does B. That's not leadership. It is totally wrong. And this man is not apologetic before the people of Zambia. To seek public office, you must be humble. You must be apologetic. You must realize that you're a human being and make mistakes. We are dealing with the wrong person altogether. So what I'm saying here is that let us look at the characteristics in these particular individuals. Thereby, we shall build this nation so that everybody benefits as a citizen of this particular nation.
Okay. We do have a call on the line. Hello, good morning. You're through
Hello, good morning.
The people. Who are we speaking to?
Thank you. You are speaking to Heavyweight, Mr. Warrior. Mr. Tonga, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Indeed, my name is Heavyweight Mr. Warrior from Kabanana, representing Kabanana. Mr. Tonga, we are behind you. For me, Mr. Warrior, I've been looking at a team which can lead this country. Not an individual with a selfish interest, or not a dictator who can dictate to his fellow followers. This is what we've been seeing, and this is what we are currently seeing right now. Because the alliances that we see coming together, the person who become maybe the sole owner, maybe the one who is going to bear a flag for presidency, instead of discussing with his fellow alliance members, he just dictates things. And we've been seeing people from UPND who are part of alliance not saying anything. Even if something that is wrong, I'm telling you, they are afraid. This is something that I don't want. And when you look at your team, with Blind Makedi Zulu, those people that are there, I respect them. And I think when you form a government, come 13 August 2026, I am very much sure that you are going to make sure that you are going to prioritize Zambians, because Zambians are going through not what we are seeing right now. Continue, we are behind you, and many Zambians. That is why whenever you see where Makedi Zulu and your team goes, everyone, not in Nigeria, okay, not in Nigeria, but in different clothing, meaning that they are neutral, not where we see people have been given some Nigerians so that they can show to the nation that they are supporting the current government. You know,
I'm kindly asking if you can wrap
up.
What
we are saying, and is what we want, and want leaders who are honest and who are going to make sure that they prioritize the Zambians, not making themselves rich. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. If you'd like to be part of the conversation, it's quite easy. You can call us up. That is on 0955 997 997 or on 0979 192 485. And once again, it is 0955 997 997 or on 0979 192 485. Those are the numbers you can call us up on if you'd like to add to our conversation this morning. Please remember to be brief within your question or your comments to accommodate for more callers as well. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Moses. I'm calling from Osaka.
You can go ahead. What is your comment or question?
My comment is, a country is not like Roma. A country is a big country. Look where we're coming from first. The past regime where our friends PF were the did. Okay. Where we're coming from and where we're heading. A devil, you know, and the angel, which you don't know. But I'll go with the devil. We came through a lot of problems. Now I would like Mr. President and the chairman to continue. What is Mndulia is coming from? How are we going to trust Mndulia? You think every year we start changing a president, every year changing a president? How are we going to develop this country? Please. We can't develop this country. We can't be changing every year, changing every year. After every 5 years, after 5 years, we won't develop. Let's just continue with President and the chairman. We don't know Mndulia. Let's give Mndulia maybe 2080. Then Mndulia can come. Please. That's my comment.
Thank you very much. Once again, that is on 0955 997 997 or on 0979 192 485. Those are the numbers you can get in touch with us if you'd like to leave your comment or question this morning. And I'll throw the questions, or rather what the callers have said, right back to you, Mr. Tonga. What is your take on them? Very two different sentiments.
He said the devil, you know.
Better than the angel, you don't know.
Then the other one said what?
You're saying he's behind you and rather that they're supporting you.
But the other one says it's not like a hole. And the same man says it's not like running a home. Okay? The devil, why do you want to go with the devil? It must be, that's totally wrong. That's a bad saying. Wherever it's coming from, you want to go with the devil because you know the devil. Then you're not a Christian. It's as basic as all that. So if you're telling me that Ichilema is the devil and you want to go along with the devil, well, go ahead. That's simple as that. So you know Ichilema. To us, you've told us Ichilema is a devil. We are not going with the devil. We'll go with an angel. Okay. And that must be better for the people of Zambia.
Okay, we do have another caller on the line just before you answer the other question. Hello, good morning. You're through to Voice of the People. Who are we speaking to?
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir. Please state your name and where you're calling from.
How are you?
We are fine, thank you. How are you, sir?
I'm okay. This is Gabriel calling from Zekokam.
Okay, you can go ahead, Gabriel.
I'm calling from Zeko. Hey, madam, I'm ready following your program. And in Zombera, they were to call Kamba Mdala. It's more like baby Swalagana beach chica, Lango Kamba, anyhow. Accordingly, the moment was one baby, but us as Zambians, the many two of them problems of it. Stinga Gomeri Katik in Beze, Musna, Moza. So it's a different guy. He kept one, I mean, was that the Dinga? Wamene Africa Politin.
Okay, thank you very much for calling. Once again, that's on 0955-997-997. And before you also answer his, let me just take our final call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from?
London,
Okay, go ahead. What's your comment or question?
I don't wish to go. I'm dying of broadcast. When I change the policy of anger, this question the one mona. This question is going. I want to go to one. Amaloji, Palipanga, two. Because the machine is careful. Alevosha, three. Kadarism, Takuri, four. Manifestation of my fire. Manifestation of Mundu. Amundu, what happened to farm? You don't know what the farm is like. I'm a Taracho, Akashta, Dry, Mataradi, I'm a farmer, the alarm, Moko, Alarm, Capasta, Matala. Why some of the place, Matala fish of all this is a fish. Gadia, Makayeta, Puka, 5 days, 81. So we have got told in particular, in Murata, Murata, Sambira, we have got ignorance. What Sambira, but I understand. So if I make a time in Switzerland.
I'm kindly asking if you can wrap up.
Okay. Okay,
thank you very much. I'll give you a chance to answer, or rather to speak to some of the comments that our callers have come through so far.
Yes, so I wanted to emphasize on the change. The other one was with us, the first caller, so I will not comment much. But the other one talks about we cannot be changing every year. Okay, so the bottom line is that change is inevitable. It is coming. Whether Hichilema and the team like it or not, the people of Zambia have made up their minds, and I know what I'm talking about. So we are changing Hichilema. We are substituting Hichilema. And why are we doing that? It's a clear warning to those who take over the reins of leadership that you cannot take people for a ride. Hichilema suffered the people of Zambia 4 years down without electricity, expensive bag of meal, name it, so many things. So Zambians are not like in other countries, like in Kenya, wherever people can be abused and manipulated. Zambians are working, very intelligent. They know what they're doing, and they will decide very well in that booth, and each time is going. So when we change for 5 years, it will be a warning to who would be next offenders that you cannot take people for a ride. In fact, they're supposed to be kicked out earlier. 5 years has just been too long to be waited for. I mentioned, he talked about the devil. Go along with the devil. To you, Hichilema is a devil. So we're not going with Hichilema. We'll go with an angel. We don't know. And I'm going with the devil. The devil is not anything nice. You know him, you know her, but as long as the devil, sorry, sir. Go along with the devil, the people of Zambia are going with an angel they don't know. And then running a country, he was talking about, is not like a home. Don't run for public office if you think that a country is too big for you. Because Hichilema thought that he would fit in. Sadly, he has been exposed in his own web of lies. So don't give us excuses by saying we another 5 years. No, you failed. So let others run the affairs of this nation. The recent fellow who called is talking about roads. There are no roads that Hichilema has put up. I was on the Copper Belt on the campaign trail. Go drive through the Lusaka Ndola dual carriageway and see for yourself how much they've scratched along this road. It's dead all over. You can't call that construction. What else? Nothing. Stories. So Nikadafe at Kongole Barewesha is not aware of how much Hichilema has borrowed. We talked about it that Hichilema has rescheduled the payment of the Nkongole to tomorrow so that others can suffer. That's a behavior of Waka in the Hichilema. They paid nothing. He's talking about a farm. Mundubiri hasn't got a farm. Let me sound this warning again. It's coming from us. You know, we are an independent movement called the Third Liberation Movement, even though we are part of this alliance. Of course, these are some of the things that we are going to sell to the next government. It will be up to the leader whether to buy into them or not. But we will do our best to ensure that the people of Zambia are protected. We know in the Republic of Zambia, many individuals do have farmlands. Dandefe land. So this man is reminding me when he talked about Mundu not having a farm. I'm sure he knows his leader or his president or his God do have a farm. So we are going to go for land appropriation. Tukashitashare amalandi ngamwali kwa talandi kalamba kuchiraba nenu mu Zambia kupera ko munenu. Land is for all the people of Zambia. So as we form government kusaputula land ya mwasenda ngamwakwata mafamu yali 10 6 tukesa putula tukesa yakanya mukapere kwa abanenu. That is what is coming beyond August 13 2026. Ukabiri mamandevu muli abantu balirwa tuma piece of land shan, you know, when an individual in the Republic of Zambia has got 3 4 5 farms wakupereni nani tukesa putula. So we share that land fairly and equally amongst ourselves as a people, because this country was given to all the people of Zambia. So muwewe nganiwa lida wenole kwa tamalanda yengi tukesa poka. Okay, we share that land.
We do have another call on the line. Hello, good morning. You're through to Voice of the People. Who are we speaking to?
Yes, speaking to Eden within Lusaka.
Okay, you can go ahead. What's your comment or question?
Okay, Tony, your article is very well. And whatever it is, to change the government. What I can also fellow friends is look at what has made it go. You know, the always flat about time. How many small things have been done?
We're struggling to get you. Is it possible if you can call us on a different number?
Hello?
Hello, we are struggling to get what you're saying. Can you call us back on a different number, possibly on our 0955 line?
But I can get you.
Oh, but we are struggling to get you.
But even I believe even the listeners are listening.
But you can try again, but maybe try moving around, but we're struggling to hear what you're saying. You're going in and out.
Okay. The best part of this is each and every voter should think of what should be done. How this has been treated for the past 8 years. So otherwise, that's my contribution.
Okay, so just once again to make sure that we've got what you're saying right, you'd like every citizen to look back on what's happened over the last 5 years?
Yes, I would really love each and every well-meaning citizen to look back for the past 4 and 8 months plus, how they've been treated.
How they've been treated. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
They should be able to base their vote on that.
Okay, thank you so much for calling us. That's once again on 0955 997 997. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Please go ahead with your comment or question and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Enock Tonga, and I'm calling from Kabanana.
Yeah, go ahead.
My mind is what this regime has done to us. It has really traumatized us because it is a government that went in power. Enzo wafuna maningi, and then because Kadarism wengena pakita maningi, community enzo of water, it was like we were blindfolded. But come August 18th, I would really want every well-meaning youth, Zambian youth, to cast their vote wisely and vote for a government or maybe for a leader who is going to come as an answer or a relief to the Zambian people. Because we are the people to suffer the consequences that are to come 25 years or 50 years in future. Because I'm not seeing this country safe in the hands of the UPND regime than it would be safer in the hands of Brian Mundowile and Makebi Zulu. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. We're taking our final caller for this particular segment. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, madam.
Good morning, sir. Can you ask me if you can reduce the volume on your TV or radio set? We're getting some feedback.
Oh, okay, ma'am.
Okay, you can go ahead. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Oh, my name is Enock Tonga.
Okay, and what's your comment or question this morning?
My comment about the topic just doing what you have to the next.
Go ahead.
I just like it's really tough. As youth, he promised us to get that thing and we're not seeing anything. Yeah, so just knowing what you can put this year on that.
Okay, thank you so much for your call. And just in case you may not have caught what he said clearly, you're saying we were promised a lot, especially as the youth. What is your take as we get to wrap up our conversation this morning?
No, thank you very much. Niyakufa kudala. It's as simple as all that. You can go back to 2021 as Enock Tonga. We saw it. In fact, life is spiritual and physical. Let me mention this thing. You can keep this on record. For us, for me, we are not surprised. We are not going to be taken by surprise as the falling of Hakainde Hichilema. For us, we saw it way back. Go back to our publications, even my Facebook page, 4 years, 5 years in 2021. I said it clear. And it's there, it's coming. So us as State Liberation Movement, as Enock Tonga, now in the team called Tonsa Alliance, we are not shocked, not surprised of what is to come. Still more, even we talk about that Hichilema is not going to win elections. People will not believe it. But it's coming, because it's already there. What is just remaining is that what has happened in spiritually is has to come to be physical. So those who are with Hichilema, they just have to start preparing themselves, packing, keep this on record. There will be no Hichilema beyond August 13, 2026. It's as simple as all that. Now, I wanted to emphasize much on the issue of cadarism and a few other things. Cadarism is there. People can talk as much as they want, but we know it's there. There's too much hooliganism around. Go in these bus stations or where people are being picked up, you see it for yourself. And the others are being done very secretly. So we know that. Somebody talked about how people have been treated. Yeah. Only someone who is evil will conduct himself the way Hakainde Hichilema and his administration is behaving. Abanomba wa military soti sana put sort sana momenso ya muntu mukamunefa kachita behave, you know. So you put sort sana in the eyes of somebody, you see what happens. So Hichilema is too manipulative. He thinks people are too dull. He can do whatever he wants to do and then play around with it and then go away without being punished. That's why he lied through up his ladder, and he is there, and he thinks can go beyond that. No, it won't happen. So the people of Zambia must know. Today you've got electricity 24/7 throughout. I'm hearing things are because you're going through a process of an election. Only a very useless person will say, let me go and cast a vote for Akainde. Yes, the youth voted, but we know that I think 40% plus, a bigger chunk of the kind of votes we have are the young people, are the votes. I mean, they're the young people, youths and the women. So these youths and women, now they've learned their lesson in a hard way. They will not be that foolish again to go and queue up and cast a vote for a person who cheats them, who cheated them. No ways. So overall, I think we have an opportunity as a people. Brian Mundubile, as an alliance president with his running mate, Makebi Zulu, Mr. Tonga, and many others, we cannot go to every corner of the Republic of Zambia. No, we are not God. Even God wants people to work with. So you as an individual out there as a voter, don't just complain and sit back. Even in Lusaka, you may have a relative in Kaputa, or furthest point of this nation called the Republic of Zambia. So get in touch with them and inform them, you know, that's where I go and cast your vote. That's what you do. Get involved. Don't wait, because if you don't do that, then you are giving yourself another 5 years of punishment. So it's my appeal, it's my encouragement to everybody. And again, I must add that he would want to force his way up the ladder. Why am I using the word forcing? Because Ichilema has failed. On that basis alone, it invalidates him seeking public office.
Okay.
He didn't deliver.
Can you ask if you can wrap up in the interest of time?
So when I say that, we must be ready as a people. Iliadenga mwa vota. Not kufumapo pa voting center. Kupendela pa mo. Let's count together. Sit there, protect your vote, so that the people of Zambia are liberated. In conclusion, I would like to appeal to Kalaba, CF President, to Membe, that is SP President, as well as the Zambia Must Prosper President KBF. These are leaders running political parties, and I'm sure they are presidential candidates. I was one of the presidential candidates in this year, but I had to put aside my personal ego to seek that which is good for the public of Zambia. So Kalaba, come on board, come and join the Tonsa Alliance. Mr. Membe, please come on board. Let's join hands with Mundubile and KBF. It is very important. Let's save the people of Zambia from this destruction. Zambians have suffered enough. We can do it. There shall be one president at a time. Let us support ourselves. There's still time. Tell your voters, very easy for me, cast your vote towards Mundubile. The same way Chimbaka Mbwiri did.
I would have to cut the interview short. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. We appreciate the people of Zambia. Please stand your ground, maintain peace. We love you until Zambia is liberated. Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. God bless you.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning. My guest has been Mr. Enock Tonga, who is the president of the Third Liberation Movement, and he's positioned as an alternative voice in Zambia's increasingly fragmented political landscape. He advocates for a fundamental shift in the country's governance and economic trajectory. What is your take? If you'd still like to send in your comments, you can do so on our social media page, but also via text message. This has been Voice of the People. Coming up just in a bit is Coffee Break Convos, brought to you by Dairy Gold Full Cream Milk.